Most designer portfolios look good these days, but they're not enough to get you hired. If I had to start over in 2026, here's exactly what I would do to build the dream portfolio. Right now, there are big shifts happening in the design world, and I'm sure you felt it. And the more competition there is out there for designers, the more important it is to get your portfolio just right so that it wins the attention it deserves. No over design necessary. Case studies are getting shorter because people are spending less time reading. The micro animations are starting to appear more and more over flashy animations, and the right designers are focusing on a specific niche rather than targeting everyone. So I'm going to spend the next little while redesigning my portfolio to get the attention it deserves in 2026. Let's get started. So before jumping in and actually redesigning my own portfolio, I want to show you the portfolios that I like and they're great inspiration for me for the redesign that I want to do. And what I want you to notice is the trend between all of these portfolios when it comes to the layouts, the simplicity, and the target audience that they're going after. Starting with this one here by Durham. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. So here, specifically targeting ambitious startups, and I like these little hover animations that show his previous experience, and over here, the exact amount of experience that he has, as well as his local time, and his work is super clean. You see, they take over this center space over here. They have large visuals, which is really important. And all of them have a little micro animation on hover. So each time you hover on one of them, they have this nice little animation, which is delightful to the user. And then when you go all the way down, you get this nice sort of about me section, which again, each one is interactive, yet very, very simple in terms of the layout. Another favorite is Daniel Sun's portfolio. As you can see, each letter has its own hover over here and very targeted by mentioning crafting strong brands for SaaS and Web3. Very specific for the companies that he's applying for, and he's showcasing his portfolio too. And then we see again his latest work, all in large visuals with nice little micro animations on hover for the user to be able to then go and read a case study on these projects. And again, the case studies are not huge amounts of text, it's mostly visual with some supplementary text at the very top here. Very nice. This is another great one by Atli.design. Super simple hero section, digital designer with really nice, again, interactive video over here to showcase his experience. Some logos of companies he's done work with, and a large body of text with about Atli. And we see nice sort of metrics here, as well as a nice list of work. Again, very similar, like clean look. You don't have to go super complicated. But as you can see, all of them have nice micro animations that really speak to the user. Here's another favorite of mine. Again, super simple, mentioning where he's from, as well as what types of companies he's worked with. And then again, large cards that showcase his work with nice little animations over here. And links to each case study. And also this one by Sarah Armstrong. Again, lots of animations going on. I love the theme here. And then again, you see these big cards that happen to be very trendy in terms of showcasing portfolio work. So I've taken a note of some of the things that I like from these portfolios that we went through, and I'm going to be using Framer, which is this video's sponsor. Together, we're going to put together a portfolio that looks simple and has beautiful animations in terms of the hero section and the works over here. So without further ado, let's jump right in. Alright, it's time to put together our new portfolio. So I'm going to head on over to framer.com and make sure I'm logged in. And right away, when you create a new project, they actually show you a bunch of templates that you can choose from to start. And some of these templates look great and can in fact be a good starting point to start from. So whether you're working on a product like this or your portfolio, you can utilize some of these templates instead of having to start from scratch. So instead of starting from scratch, I'm going to actually start with this Pearl template that is already available, and then I'm going to make tweaks to it to match my actual wireframe that I've sketched out. So by clicking on it right away, you're inside of that template and you can use it, and you can preview it by clicking this little icon over here. The nice thing about it is it already has some of those animations that we might need to spend time crafting, and you can see sort of on mobile display, it's already mobile friendly as well. So I'm going to go back and actually get rid of a few things that I don't need. And I'm going to hit the T key to create a text. And I'm going to write my name in here. And I'm going to make it a little bit larger. About 48 pixels would be nice. The nice thing about Framer is that you can use stacks to keep your project organized. So if you go to the layers panel, you can see this hero section already has a stack. And we can actually go ahead and reduce the gap between the items in the stack or increase it. So I want to actually reduce it so that they're closer together to maybe 16 pixels. And I'm going to actually make my name a little bit lighter, maybe a lighter gray. And I'm going to double click and edit this text to say designer and builder, helping consumer and B2B startups craft delightful experiences. Or I'm just going to leave it as UX. And then for this part here, I'm also going to change the color to be a lighter gray. The nice thing about this template is that they already have colors that I can use as well quickly. I'm going to choose this dark 50. Same thing for this one here. Now, certain items are components, which we can see over here in the layers panel. And if you double click into over here, we can actually see that the navigation is a component. And if you double click into it again, we can actually make edits to it right here. So instead of this logo, actually change the text to be my initials over here. And if you go to the home page, we can see that's what that looks like. And it's gone ahead and applied it anywhere that we have this nav bar used. So it's already starting to come together. I want to emphasize that the hero section is super important, so you want to spend more time working on it than any other section in your portfolio. Now for this button over here, we can change the title or the text over here on the right, and I'm going to change it to get in touch. And instead of this link here that's already there, I'm going to paste my Calendly link. So if folks want to get in touch, they can actually book a meeting with me right here. So that's already looking good. Next, I want to work on the work section or the selected projects. And I already have 3 that I prepared to add over here. Now the work item over here is actually created as a component as well. So if I double click into that, I can edit this card over here, and that will reflect what the card will look like everywhere that it's used. So instead of the image taking up the entire section, I actually want this layout to sort of be more horizontal. So I'm going to select the entire component and make the direction horizontal instead, and then swap so that the name and the project title is on the left. But now the image is too small. So first I'm going to just move the mobile one a little bit to the side, and then stretch the desktop one to maybe 950 over here. I'm going to make this left side smaller, so where the text and the project title is, so that the image can be a little bit bigger. And then also reduce the height down to maybe 400 pixels. So this is 950 by 400. And the nice thing about Framer is that for the mobile, you can actually customize how you want your card to look like. So for mobile, it might make more sense to go vertical like so. So there's the project name and then the visuals below it. I'm just going to reduce this to 500 pixels. So this is now how it will look like on the web and this one on the mobile. I'm not done quite yet. I want to also add a nice background to this. So we're going to go to the fill section and add a white fill with a corner radius of 20 pixels and a padding of 8. I might bump up the radius to 24 or even 28 pixels so that it matches the radius inside. Now this side over here could use a little bit more padding. So for this section, the left side where there's a text, I'm going to add a little bit more padding to it. Maybe another 8 pixels or even 16. It's starting to look a lot better and exactly how I want it to. Now right now, because of the sizes, they don't look quite right. So I'm going to get rid of the items inside and then go to assets. From the assets, I'm going to drag the case thumbnail, which is exactly the component we were working on right now, and I'm going to duplicate it 3 times or 2 more times. So I have 3 over here. Now right now, because the background is also white, you can't really see the card background being different. So I'm going to make my background slightly different color. I like this sort of shade of beige, but maybe a little bit lighter than that. Something around here looks nice. Now I might use this color later, so I'm going to create a new style and call it background and create. So now if you take a look at it, we have these cards over here now, and I can add the image that I want inside. Now I already have 3 images prepared over here. I'm going to make sure I select the card, and we can click image over here, open it up, and actually drag from this folder here. There we go. I'm going to do that for the other ones as well. Now I've already prepared these images from before with some nice mock-ups and the screenshots of the apps I've worked on. The only issue here being the image is a little bit too close to the edge right now. So maybe what we can do is we can wrap this image inside a frame and make it smaller, like so. For the image, we're going to choose fit instead of fill. And if we go back, now they're starting to look a little bit better. Now I have a set of gradients that I would really like to use as the backgrounds instead of this plain white background of the image. Now inside of the component, I'm going to actually allow users to add a fill to the background over here. So this frame that we just created, I'm going to add a fill over here and create a variable of image and call this background. This allows me to not only add a image over here for the project, but we can also add a background image, which is what I want. So I'm going to add a sample one over here to this here, to this first one here. So it's starting to look better. And we can do this for the other ones as well. There we go. I'm going to change some of the text over here. Now the issue is if the text is too long, it will go behind the image, and we don't want that. So we want to make sure that the text over here actually fills the container, and this way it spills onto the next line. So I've gone ahead and added some relevant content inside of each card. Again, you want to go with something that shows the metric, how redesigning this project has impacted the users. So it being specific and sharing numbers, like helping course creators edit 3 times faster using this tool that I designed. And now we're going to see what those look like. Very cool. The animation is a little bit too much, and we can see the hover state of this card is actually down here. So this is what the image looks like on hover. So inside of the hover, I actually made the image slightly smaller. So now if we play that again, we can see there's a slight animation, which is much nicer than before. You want to make sure that also in your hero section, you have a nice animation of the text showing up. So right now it doesn't apply to my name. So I want to make sure that my name also is animated, or when the site loads, it animates in. So we can simply do that by going over here, selecting the text, and under effects, choose appear. And we're going to choose slide in right. And if you play that, you can see it right away shows, but it's a little bit too fast compared to everything else. To slow it down a little bit more, so under the transition, we're going to slow it down to maybe 1 second instead. So first my name loads and then the rest of the text, which looks great. So this is starting to already look a ton better, and obviously you can make improvements from here and make this better. Another great resource that you always have access to when you're working on a framework site is the components that you can simply integrate into your website. There's tons of interactive components, like you can make your cards tilt with a cursor. You can add glass effects like so to images, and I encourage you to go through the marketplace that they have to see if there's any other nice touches that you can add to your portfolio. I hope this helps you improve your portfolio and make it better. Now, I'd love to see what your portfolio looks like, so feel free to drop it in the comments below, and I wish you the best of luck with your designs.